Welcome back, Bucktooth Buckos. Oldmantup coming at you today with the Season 6 Week 2 Team Builder against Battler X and the Milwaukee Sawsbucks. Now, we're going to go over their team real quick here. They got Mega Pinsir, Slowbro, Florges, Heliolisk, Mineshao, Hoopa, Sawsbuck, Sandslash, Hariyama, Golbat, and Heatran. Now, we look at that team, and there's a lot of potential for walls that can slow down our team a lot. So that's something we need to keep in mind. So, let's team build, shall we? We're going to start with Cinnamon here. And Cinnamon's Rotom Heat, holding that Heat Rock, because we're rocking Sunny Day, Overheat, Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt. Fire and Electric has really good coverage against his team, and nothing resists both. Super effective on quite a few things, and like I said, resisted by none completely. So that's bueno. So that's why we have that. Max HP, max special defense. In the event he brings in Florges, or his answer to this is a Assault Vest Slowbro, we're just going to be able to answer with that, especially if we get the Sunny Day up. Scalds will be doing nada. Not a darn thing. So that's why we have that. Be able to switch into Florges, Moonblast, be able to come into Heliolisk attacks. So that's what this thing is for. Set up the sun. What do we need the sun for? We need the sun for Jalapeno, the Tangrowth, and we're rocking the Chlorophyll this week with that sexy Life Orb. Now, why are we doing that? Because, barring Scarfers, we outspeed everything on his team, and pretty much after rocks and a little bit of weakening, destroy everything. So we're rocking Power Whip, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Synthesis, and that's super effective damage against everything but like 3 of his mons. And all of those mons take more damage from Power Whip than an alternative that we could go with. Namely Florges. I did the calcs. There was Poison Jab or Sludge Bomb. Max defense took, I think, like 10% more damage from Power Whip than Poison Jab, so that's what we went with. So that is Jalapeno. Going to Winston Churchill, the Hippowdon, Smooth Rock, Sandstream. I hesitated bringing Sandstream this week simply because I don't want to get counter-swept by Sandslash. As good as my team is with the Quake Edge combo, Earthquake and Stone Edge, my team gets destroyed by 2, except for 2 Pokemon. Earthquake and Stone Edge hits 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon for super effective damage, and that's no bueno, so we don't want this thing setting up. So we gotta watch out for that. Yeah, Sword Stance, Sandslash is on the radar, so that's something we want to be careful for. This week we're bringing Stone Edge, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Slack Off. Not Roar this week because we need the Stone Edge as an immediate answer to Pinsir, Mega Pinsir. If he brings it in, we have to be able to take a hit and hit it with a Stone Edge and finish it off. We don't want to be shuffling him around. We need that thing dead as possible, as quick as possible. So that's the main reason we have that. Another reason is Golbat. In the event we end up in a 1v1 situation, I'd rather Stone Edge it than roar it out, because if it's packing the Whirlwind, it'll be able to take us out before we take it out. So that would be no bueno. So that is what we're doing. Impish, max defense, max hit points this week. Pretty much last week, except we switched Stone Edge for Roar. And now we're bringing out the thing nightmares are made of. Freddy Krueger, not Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy. Freddy freaking Krueger. The man, the myth, the legend. The Nightmare on Elm Street Reborn. And this is Life Orb Sandbrush. And we are rocking the Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Rapid Spin. I had to run Rapid Spin this week because I didn't want to run Defog on Pidgeot, so we need it because, again, 3 things on our team take extra damage from Stealth Rocks, and that's no bueno. We outspeed everything on his team with the speed investment we have, as well as Scarfers, if I'm not mistaken, and I did my speed calcs correctly with the sand up, so that's good. After a little bit of damage, we pretty much one-shot everything on his team. So the thing that stands in the way of this the most is Slowbro. So once Slowbro is out of the way, Kruger here pretty much wrecks shop and just finishes up everything. Earthquake, Ironhead, Rockslide, like I said, the Quake Edge combo, the ground and rock attack really wrecks his team. We need Ironhead on there to be able to one-shot Florges after Stealth Rocks. And that's pretty much the only reason we have it, because that's the only super effective move we have against Florges on this team. Considering I expect him to plan heavily for the Sand Rush core, I really don't think he's going to be bringing Florges. And I'm not sure he's going to bring Mega Pinsir. As good as it is, it just gets, it gets destroyed by my Sand Rush core. It gets straight up walled by Winston pretty much. And Cinnamon comes in and just wrecks its face. So I'm really expecting it to be the second week in a row where a coach hasn't brought their Mega Pokemon against me. So that's the reason for the spread. Like I said, just enough speed to outspeed everything with a Scarf after the sand is up. Max attack and dumped everything else in hit points to keep it odd number. And then just added some defense because he's got mad priority on his team. And I want to be careful for that. Next we're going to have Hank, the Mega Pidgeot, the MVP from last week. Well, the fan-voted MVP from last week. Just destroyed things. And Hank this week is going to be rocking that Hurricane, Hidden Power Ground, Work Up, and Roost. He has a few more answers on this team than Tom did last week to Hurricane. Heatran being one, Heliolisk being another, and if he decides to bring especially defensive Florges, which I don't think he will, because that will give him zero chance in any universe of surviving an Ironhead from Excadrill. I could see him rocking a bulky Heliolisk with maybe like an Assault Vest or something to be able to switch into Hurricanes anytime it wants to. That's why we have Hidden Power Ground. It's the only answer I really have for it, and I could have ran the Heat Wave to benefit from the sun if the Heliolisk was running the Dry Skin ability, but I'm not wanting to bank on that. We just brought Hidden Power Ground because it hits Heatran and Heliolisk, the two things on his team that resist the Hurricane. So that's why we did that. I brought Work Up. I could have brought U-Turn again, but the chance to get up a free boost guarantees, well, it doesn't guarantee, it puts HP Ground in a much higher probability of knocking out the things that I need it to on the Switch. And it took me a long time to decide what I was going to put into the last slot here. But we decided to rock Florges. Frostlass this week. Now, what are you thinking? Why Frostlass, Tup? I don't know. So here's what we need. We need max speed in order to outspeed max speed Heliolisk, because there's only, I think, one base point between the two of them. Yeah, Frostlass has 110 and Heliolisk has 109. That weird 109 speed, and Hank had just enough speed to outspeed that. That was its speed tiering. 178. Yep, 178. That's just above the max speed tier. The 177 is as fast as Heliolisk can go. Barring a Scarf, of course. Rocking the Focus Sash. This could be potential lead for us. So is Cinnamon. Those are the two things I plan on probably being the leads based off of how we match up against our team. The reason we're bringing Vexy here is because of Hariyama and Minechow. Scarfed and or banded Minechow really does work to my team. Life Orb Minechow does work to my team. And nothing on my team that I've brought resists a fighting move. And that's scary when you're facing a Hariyama, which almost nothing on my team outside of Hank can one-shot. And like I said, the Mind Shao. So those are two really, really big things that I needed to bring this for to counter. Another being the possible close combat play from Mega Pinsir, if I could play my cards right. Those are the three main fighting things that I fear. Ice Beam, just because it's good overall coverage on his team, and Shadow Ball, again, between the two things, does at least neutral damage to everything, if not super effective, on his team. I think the only thing we might be missing out on that is Heatran if Steel still resists Ghosts. I get confused with that whole flip they did in 6th Gen. But that is why we brought this. There's no way high jump kicks from Mind Shao can be flying all over the place. Well, I still have this, and if I see Mind Shao on his team, I will keep this in my back pocket. And it will not be my lead, because it will be the only thing that I have to answer it. Or if I look at his team and think he's going to lead Mind Shao, I will put this out to avoid the fake out. There isn't a lot Hariyama can do to this outside of Bullet Punch. I don't think he would be rocking the Stone Edge this week, just because I don't think it's going to help him overall against my team. Off of what I would expect him to expect me to bring, if that made sense. But those were my thoughts going into this week against Pokemon Battler X and Milwaukee Sawsbucks. Alright guys, let me know what you think about the team and how it will go. Just remember that the battle will always have happened before I upload this. So if you tell me, oh no, Top, don't do this, blah, 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 it'll be too late. The game has already happened. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this and you're having a good Saturday. This has been Oldmantup, and I'll catch you on the flip side, hopefully after a Pyra added his victory. Peace.